All right, good afternoon. Happy Thursday. One more day and we have a weekend again. If you not that kind of person that counts weekends anymore. Some of us don't have to. So today we're gonna have to remind ourselves about July's intention. We had a celebration for the month. So we celebrate different things in July, holidays, 4th of July, 14th of July for other people in France, for instance. And then we celebrate summer, we celebrate free of mask season, and we can celebrate ourselves as well. And when we practice yoga, we really celebrate our soul, not only our bodies. So that's the meaning of yoga, really, to get back to ourselves. And that's all we ultimately want to have and do. So some other events coming up in August, we have a nice workshop for arm balancing. If you're ready to kind of ease into it, some drills to get you there. You don't have to sit on your arms and against the wall or anything, but you can practice small versions of it. And then we have our get-together event with the teachers and students and their families in Central Park on the 29th of August. So everybody is invited to that. And continue to give us feedback on those Google reviews. I have a goal that we have there on the wall to get to 25. So any feedback you have will be appreciated. You just need to have a Google account basically to do that. All right, so today's practice, it's an inward practice. We're gonna do a lot of forward folds. We're gonna get into our heart, into our emotions, and a lot of stuff can arise. And we'll just breathe through whatever comes up. Now let's start sitting just for a moment. You can sit on your block or your bolster, just to connect to our breaths. I'm gonna do a sinking breath where we breathe in for 4 counts and we breathe out for 6. This will help us slow down our breath, our energy from the day. It's gonna slow down the mind as well. So inhale for 2, 3, 4. Pause. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Pause. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Pause. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. And continue on 4 more cycles on your own. Just being with this breath, being with this body, letting go of the monkey mind, becoming aware of only the breath. And the inhalation is the energizing part of our breath cycle. The exhalation is the releasing, the relaxing part. So as we exhale smooth and long, we release tension, stress, negative emotions. And we get into ourselves a little bit deeper. And we create a mind state clear and pure and free of any distractions. Distractions may still come, but we just know we can always come to the breath and choose to stay away from those mind patterns. All right. And now we will transition into our first shape of the day. So we will come around and have our bolster right in the center of the mat, maybe. And we're gonna do a supported child's pose. So we're gonna just lean over the bolster in a child's pose. Get your knees to the edges of your bolster and let your forehead come to the edge of the bolster. And we can even choose to have our cheek on the bolster and go each side for a few minutes here. We're gonna do maybe 2 minutes on each side. So Svadhyaya practice is this practice of going inward. And as we learn to go inward and practice yoga on the mat, we can always bring this wisdom, this inward awareness as we live our lives as well. Imagining our yoga as the petri dish of our life. We learn more about ourselves. We learn about the body, about the feedback we get. We get to be with our emotions. We get to be with ourselves. And maybe we start the practice by questioning, why am I here on my yoga mat today? What brought me here today? And what do I hope to gain or learn about myself in this practice? We get in a pose that's comfortable here. Child's pose, it's always comfortable, but we want to make sure if we are really super comfortable right now. So we can find that comfortable edge and find stillness in this certain shape we are in. And when we are still in the body, eventually we tend to become still in the mind as well. And we get to be a friend to our body. And we get to listen, feel, get feedback, get information from our body. So listen, feel, be curious, and notice what comes up. It can be a feeling, a sensation, an emotion. A mind state may trigger your attention. You just breathe with whatever comes up. Not try to resent it, to push it away, to shove it down. You wanted to see it. It needs to be expressed. It needs to be seen. And you need to acknowledge it, and then you will be on its way. And maybe it's a resistance, a tightness you feel, something that is a physical experience. Just whatever it is, know that it's on its way out. And you always have a choice to keep it or let it go. And this is a practice of letting go, letting things flow, letting them be released from our body system, mind, and spirit, so we can be more free. And let's go ahead and exhale, and as you inhale, lift again and turn to your other side, maybe with your other cheek on the bolster. The body will feel super comfortable. With the breath, and may continue to use the long exhale. 4 counts on the inhale. Have that 2 count pause, and then 6 counts on the exhale. We're clearing the body of any negativity, any stagnant emotions, any resistance, tightness, constriction. And also, if any thoughts that are restrictive or limited, or they feel like they tighten our brain, our emotions, and our mind, then we know we need to let go of it. Come back to the breath. Inhale and bring it back to center. We'll press into the hands now and transition from the bolster. Put it to the side for now. And we'll come into a half shoelace pose. So right leg is out and left foot comes up on the inner thigh, on top of your thigh, or down on the floor, whichever feels comfortable. And you could even use a block under your left hip if you need to. I'm just gonna fold over the right leg. So let's extend the arms, find some length in the spine, and start to reach over that right leg. Just notice your spine here. Make any adjustments so that you're comfortable in your knee and your inner groin. And you can even drop the leg down below the knee if that feels okay. Just any variation. It's almost like a figure 4, but it doesn't have to be. And let your body just fold forwards. No effort, allowing the gravity to pull us down. Or we feel a natural release around the lumbar spine, the shoulders and neck. Just the heaviness of our own head is gonna deepen the pose naturally. Oh, no need to force or create any certain shape or pose. Just let the gravity help you, and the stillness help you focus. Just observing what happens internally, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, Because we are multifaceted beings, we are not just this body. We have this body and it's our temple we need to take care of in this life so we can have a physical experience on earth. That's not what we truly are. The essence of us, it's never dying, always present, always existing in different shapes and forms. And if you need to adjust anything, that is perfectly fine. You reposition, then connect with that deeper breath again. Find stillness and let the time lapse create the benefit of the pose. Wherever you feel resistance, know that it's your body telling you there's something we need to change or let go of, release. There's that story with the monkey that got some coconut in her hand and she grabbed it so tight and she got caught in this trap, in this cage. And she just kept pulling and pulling her hand out, but she would not let go of the coconut. But if she would have done that, she could have got away from the trap. And we do that to ourselves sometimes. And sometimes we don't even notice that we're doing it. We just hang on tight to whatever it is. It may not even be helpful or useful, but we just have this clinging, this mind pattern, and that we need to hold on to things. So here we learn to let go. When we unleash these energies of the past, all of these things we're holding on to, we create space for more, for better. Inhale and gently coming out of this side. And release that leg. See if you need to move the ankle a little bit, maybe point and flex if you find some tension there, or go side to side. Okay, now we will bring the right leg over either up here or down below the knee, just a little bit of cross-legged pose here. So it's like a half shoelace. And we'll exhale, folding the body forward. Anytime we do forward folds, we have a little bit of inversive energy, the body, the mind, and we go internally as well. We always live out there in the world, but that's not where life happens. Life is here now in your body. Soften the pose if you need to. Let your body be comfortable. Find that soothing energy of the breath. Let go with each exhale. Let go of resistance. Let go of stagnation. Let go of a thought that may arise and saying, hey, hurry up, we gotta go, we gotta do something different. Dismiss that too, because your mind is restless. It's like a monkey. He wants to jump around and climb the tree and maybe get to a higher branch or a better banana in the banyan tree. but you will never be enough. So we need to find that balance to know how much we can give, how much we can go, and how much we need to take a step back and take care of ourselves to recover, to refresh, so we can do it again. Inhale, start to come up. Extend our right leg out. And see if it needs a little bit of tension. Okay, next one we'll do caterpillar pose. So left leg goes on top of right, crossing at your ankle. And I'm gonna exhale and just slide down the legs. And if you feel like you need a resting pose here with your head resting on the block, you can bring your block. Or you just continue to let the body hang, allowing the stretch to happen gradually. You're just leaning forward, not really actually activating the pose, letting the gravity find its way in your body. And maybe you feel more intention, more energy in the back of the left leg. That's gonna be the one active right now. It gets all the way through that sciatic nerve, from the pelvic floor attachments to the heel point where the sciatic nerve ends. Exhale, long. Inhale. Close your eyes. And just have an internal experience of your body. Just really connecting deeply with that sensation you might find. And your mind, of course, will go to the strongest sensation. But make it a little bit less. Don't let it be sensational. You want to have a sensation, but not sensational. In Yin Yoga, we learn to be kind and gentle and to allow and receive rather than do and give all the time. Getting back to ourselves so we can get back to others. And soften your jaw, wherever you find tension. Let it go. Scan the back of the legs, your spine, your jaw, your neck, your eyes. Soften. Inhale now, slide the hands back in. And switch. Left leg is gonna go down and right leg on top. Realigning your sit bones straight down into the floor. And exhale, slide your hands down. And see where you find yourself on this side. Maybe a little different. That's okay, that's normal. Breathe and allow We're helping the energy flow through the meridians when we do this kind of yoga. We're opening up stagnant or closed meridians in the body so we can have more energy. A lot of processing happens as well in yin yoga. It may be emotional, mental, physical, and it may be in the moment, or you may have the effects later in the next 24 to 48 hours. All right, slowly and gently lift the head. Inhale, slide the hands back up. And release the legs. We'll come to a standing position to get into a forward fold. It's called dangling pose. So we're gonna have our feet hip width apart. And we're just gonna let the body hang forward, but first we bend the knees. Rest your chest on your thighs. And then grab your elbows in your hands. And let the body hang. No doing here, just let it go. Let it be. It's gonna create its own version of the pose as time lapses here. At first, it feels okay. It does get heavier as we stay in the pose. We're just using our own body to create a stretch, the heaviness of our upper body from hips to head. And also the pull of gravity. So it's really creating a deep stretch throughout the back body. Very soon, one area in the body is going to come to surface and distract your attention. That is important feedback from your body. It may be the back of the right leg, right? The pelvic floor attachments. It may be throughout the hamstring. It could be your low back. Just notice, breathe, and hold. Allowing the stretch to happen naturally and deepen as we let the time lapse. This pose can be done up to 7 minutes, but we're gonna stay maybe 3 or 4, we'll see. And wherever you feel that first feedback, that's your tighter spot in the body. So we're trying to let you know that it needs some help. And it's usually the hamstrings and the pelvic floor attachments first.
And then you may travel up the spine against L4 or L5 possibly, or towards the edge of the left or right hip. Let your neck be long here. Head heavy, jaw relaxed, face relaxed. And go ahead and you can always choose to smile. Bring a smile on your face. A tiny smile at the corner of your eyes. And a big smile in your brain. Let go of your head. Don't hold on to any tension. Let your shoulders be soft and smooth. Your trapezius and rhomboids getting a rest. Enjoy the resting benefits in the upper part of the body. And have a different perspective as we fold forward and bring our head below the heart. We also work on our heart center. And we come out of our heads and we get into our hearts. So imagine also that you are downloading and releasing any negativity, any thoughts, any patterns of mind that are not benefiting you. Let them just download into the earth. They're just being pulled down, downloaded down, out of your head, out of our mind, to the bigger motherboard of Mother Earth. A few more breaths here, guys. Doing great, doing good. It feels heavy. The back of your legs are gonna feel like they're almost gone now. But it's letting go of a lot of stagnation, a lot of toxins coming out from the back of the legs, from the hamstrings and calves. All these back muscles and tendons, all the way to the bone. That's the beauty of yin yoga, penetrates past the muscle, past the cartilage, past the bone, past the tendons, all the way to the bone marrow, into all the meridians. All right. After this one, we're gonna need a little rebound. So let's come into a short shavasana. So get yourself down on your mat. And just find a little resting pose to let the blood and the meridians realign themselves and circulate naturally. So come back to stillness here. Let a body be relaxed, legs and arms to the side. And just notice the energy circulating throughout your body. This energy, these meridians, the vibration. All your body cells coming into harmony. Enjoying the benefits of the practice. Notice your legs and feet starting to get re-energized. Just feeling the circulation, the blood flow. All right, let's transition to our right side. Bend the knees. Excuse me. Come on back up to a sit. And we're gonna open the legs wide now for a dragonfly pose. So separate the legs as far out as you can and get your block in front, maybe with your, even the bolster, so we can lean on something. So walk the hands out and see which feels good. Maybe the block vertical or horizontal, whatever that may be. Or maybe use 2 blocks or put your blocks upside down or vertical side up. And just let this pose and shape come to its stillness. Make it comfortable, back off from that uncomfortable edge. Come to that position which feels easy. Before you feel too much involvement. If you do, back off a bit. And then connect with your breath and become still. Relax your jaw. Try not to change the tension from the body to the mind. Just release all the way to the mind, into your thoughts. Let your thoughts come and go. It's like the water flowing. Almost, you could also imagine a waterfall from the top of your head flowing down your spine to the tailbone. And anything negative and old and stagnant, let it be washed away by this waterfall. This waterfall is just the right temperature, the right energy, the right speed. So it just feels refreshing, invigorating, amazing on your body. And let it take away whatever you want to let go of. Find out what else can you let go of. Something that doesn't serve you, does not help you, does not benefit you. It just holds you back, it holds you tight, it holds you limited. Whatever that may be, let it go. It can be a thought, an idea that comes up. It can be a mind pattern that we have, that we constantly repeat. And now we can see that it's not helpful. Because in stillness, we can see, in awareness, we can be present, aware, and alert. And we can see things clearly. And we get to choose and we get to change. And we get to grow. Now you're gonna feel deep intention in the back of the legs, pelvic floor attachments, L2 and 3. And maybe 4 and 5 later on. So opening up the sacrum and the whole lumbar area. You may notice sensation of tightness, resistance, heat coming out of your body. That is toxic waste being released. It's on its way out, so enjoy the benefits. All right, inhale and slightly lift off, little by little. Coming back to a neutral pose, lifting up the spine. Now we'll do a half spinal twist, Ardha Matsyendrasana. So I'll bend the left knee and bring the right leg maybe across just a little bit. So we're going to create a twist in the spine. Support this knee with your opposite hand. And we're going to walk the right arm up and back behind the body. And look back over your shoulder. Just a gentle pose. Don't try to twist too much. Just something easy and comfortable to undo any tension of the spine. And spiral that area of the lower back to allow that energy to be released. You can even bring your elbow on the outside of the knee if you feel you want to engage a bit more, but still make it pleasant and easy, whatever that may be for your body. And release that side. I'm going to transition forward gently. I'm going to create more of a full shoelace pose, whatever that may be for you. And if the legs are staggered right here, that's fine. You just kind of lean forward a little bit, walking your hands out by your feet, by your right foot. Or if your leg really crosses over, then your knees may come on top of each other, and that will look like a shoelace to you. And then we drop the head or chin down to the knee on top. That's gonna be a little bit more intense in the top on that right piriformis muscle. That's a nice little muscle that is not very important on its own, but it becomes crucial because it is a pathway for the sciatic nerve. So we're opening up this pathway. Good. And just get the feedback, see what's going on. Close the eyes, focus between the eyebrows. Get in touch with your concentration, inspiration, intuition. What does your body want right now? What can you do for your body? What does it need? What does it want? Just listen, feel, and try to provide whatever your body needs. Good food, nutritious, nurturing foods, good sleep, the right amount of sleep, at the right time of the day or night. And as we focus at the eyebrow point, we also enhance the pineal gland production of melatonin during the night and serotonin during the day. Inhale and gently rise back up. Inhale, release that right leg from the top, bring it to the bottom. We'll do the half spinal twist on the other side. So left leg on top, grab that knee a little bit, bring it close to the body, and twist to the left now. Look over your shoulder, give that gentle, nice twist in the spine. Gaze back over your shoulder. So we're using these muscles for peripheral vision, focusing back and away. And if you do get any uncomfortable sensation anywhere, back off. It's just your body telling you. And see how that feels. Back off a bit. Use your eyes. Use the sensation as feedback. And we are opening important meridians as we do this pose as well. But it takes time for our body to get used to it. So we stay a little bit the first time, we stay a little bit more later. It doesn't have to be the whole length of time. It can be a lot sometimes. All right, coming back to center now, and we'll create a shoelace on this other side. See what feels good here. And maybe we even get our block to rest hands on. Maybe the leg crosses a little bit. Whatever shoelace version is good for your body. Just don't try to change the hips. The hips are the stable point. You're gonna have your sit bones down and just let the legs do whatever they can do.
All right, inhale and gently lift back out of the pose. And we'll come to the last pose before we do Shavasana again. It's gonna be legs overhead, which may not be like that at all today, but bring your bolster underneath you and maybe you just lift your pelvis on the bolster and then lean back on the mat. And then bring the legs up and let them kind of fall towards you. So it's gonna be a supported plow pose. Let the legs dangle over your head. The knees can be bent at first. And if your back is really flexible and you've done this before, you can curl all the way into yourself by dropping the legs in front of the head, maybe, maybe not. It's called a snail pose. So folding into ourselves. But just having the pelvic lifted helps. And then the legs do what they want to do. Now again, looking inwards. So bring your eye gaze up towards your toes, keeping your eyes rolled up. Close the eyelids over, and you have this intention of looking in the eyebrow point, connecting with this inner intuition, inner inspiration, connecting into your inner self. Scan your body. Is there anything else you need to let go of? Anything that doesn't serve you? On any level, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, in your auric fields, in your astral body. And now bring the knees over the waist and rock them side to side. And you can move the bolster from underneath you. And we'll drop the body down to the floor for Shavasana. Or you can have the bolster underneath your whole spine if you want to open up the chest at the end. So see which one feels good, or you can do a little bit of both. So you can start off with your bolster under your back and let your chest open, arms to the side. Hips are on the floor, legs are relaxed. See how that feels. It's gonna create a nice gentle sway back, a little bit of back bend, opening up the front. So we get to breathe into the middle of the chest, right below the rib cage, opening up this area. We can breathe into our heart, open our heart center. Some deep breaths into the throat and neck chakra. And then some deep breaths into the Ajna chakra between the eyebrows. Let go of fear, of any negative emotions. Feel the freedom in your chest, in your heart. Create some more space as you breathe in and breathe out. And find the freedom in those gaps between the breaths. That's when you find that space, that freedom, that endless opportunity. As we create space between the breaths, we may also notice gaps between our thoughts. And those are the glimpses of infinity we can get as human beings. Infinite space, infinite freedom, infinite possibilities and opportunities. Dwell in those gaps. And take in all the freedom, all the space, all the knowledge, all the wisdom that you find in those gaps. In business of mind, we can get lost, we can get confused, we can get overwhelmed. In this stillness and clarity, we can find ourselves. And we get to transform and transmute our energies. We get to heal, we get to rebound, we get to refresh and reactivate. We get to come back to source, to the being that we truly are. I like to read a poem to you now, The Guest House, written by famous Rumi. This being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they are a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. Slowly and gently now start to move your fingers and toes. Open your eyes. Move the head side to side. Check in with your neck, your jaw, your facial muscles. Deep breath in. Bring a smile at the corners of your lips. Smile at the corners of your eyes. And a big smile in your mind. Let this joy take over all your body. Gently turn onto your right side as you bend your knees, starting to move to your side. Give your body a big hug and a big thank you. Send gratitude to your higher self that it guided you to come and do your yoga practice today. And come on up as you press into one hand and then the other. Come on up to sit. And we take a moment here in our easy pose, noticing this new body, this new energy that we created just in an hour of practice. And we'll bring our hands together, being grateful for our practice, for our hearts, bodies, and minds that came together in this beautiful practice of Yin Yoga, where we get to transform and heal and prosper and become better. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free of physical and mental suffering. May we all be well. Namaste. Great evening, a great Friday, and a good weekend. And I will miss you guys for about 2 weeks. I'll be back on the 8th of August, my vacation.